Innovative Marketplace platform is a showcase of ideas that have become reality. Because when you see things, even when you see the chair you're sitting on, do you know that one day it was an idea? One day somebody felt there should be something on 4 legs, or 3 legs, or perhaps 2 legs, that people need to be sitting on so that they're comfortable to rest from standing. And at the point that it was just an idea, I'm sure there's so many people who said it was impossible. I mean, what are we talking about? Something that will be shaped how? But somebody took that step. So as you walk through the marketplace today, what we want and hope that you will get out of this is that yourself, or you yourself will be challenged to start to think of ideas that you actually perhaps have thought is hard to do, is impossible. What difference are you going to make through your skills, your experience? Sometimes you don't know how, but as long as you have an idea, there is a chance to make it a reality. Ultimately, the Tireless Women's Conference is a platform where we actually went ahead and actually built skills for women in construction in the slums, represented by those women from Kibra City. And you can hear us saying Kibra City, not Kibra slums, because they're going to rebuild the city. They're going to rebuild the city. They no longer introduce themselves as women from the slums, they say women from Kibra City. Because that is a reality that's coming. And that idea was birthed at the last Timeless Women's Conference. And we've implemented some things, you will see it at the marketplace. We also went ahead and said that the discussion of leadership, which is a big pillar in the UN Women's Platform, leadership. We cannot ignore transformational leadership, building the kind of leadership that will drive this Africa to the next level. And we, together with different partners, have actually put 17 top women leaders from different sectors through a program, a leadership program, looking at Africa's social and economic transformation with a mentorship component, and you will see that as well. But at TWOW, we're not ignorant of the fact that we're not the only people who think of ideas. Neither is it just this platform that's thinking about ideas. There's lots of other organizations, the UN Women, Christian Aid, other partners, Centum, Botanics, and you'll see the other organizations there. We opened it out and said, come and showcase the ideas that you have taken, the strategies you have implemented, the projects that you have implemented that are making a difference to Africa, socially and economically, and driving change through women. So you will see through the marketplace other organizations beyond TWOW that are doing great things. And it's an opportunity for all of us to walk there, learn, share, and come back here and discuss what it is we've learned. So before I introduce the BIB to come and actually officially open the Innovative Marketplace platform, I'd love to give 2 minutes to Senator to say something and then introduce the BIB.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't hear that.
Good morning.
It's a great morning and we give praise to God. For there are people dying in different places, women disenfranchised and frustrated. But we are privileged that we are able to be alive and well, and we're able to sit here and learn about the innovation and all of the different things that are going on this morning. I'm really privileged. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to again say a special thank you to TWOW for arranging this strategic meeting. Coming from Liberia, I've learned a lot. I was saying yesterday, this is my vacation, but no, it's not. It's giving me a new perspective on life, giving me a new understanding of why women are important in the scheme of things, in our communities, in our countries, wherever you are in the segment of your life. And we're honored to have the whole UN team and all of you here this morning. I would like to call on Sabeb Kaboma to please come up and do our official welcoming this morning. Can we give her a hand, please?
Good morning. Please allow me to say all protocols observed. I am really delighted and honored to be here with all of you today, this morning. at this very, very, very important, timeless women's conference, and especially because it says taking the step. I hope we take more than one step. We need a lot of steps. But that is what transformation is, isn't it? It is about taking the step. And I'm sure the last 2 days have been very profound, they have been informative, they have been even maybe transforming some of you in one way or another. The topics that were discussed, you know, in terms of what kind of leadership Africa needs, what type of leadership do we have, what is the role that women can play. When we talk about Africa's transformation, Africa's growth, we know that we have moved, there are some changes, but we also know when we talk about all of these beautiful statistics that we have in terms of 5% growth rate for, or even up to 7% of growth rate for some countries, we always have to ask ourselves, where are the women placed in this process? Is it equitable? Is it equally distributed in the way that we know it and we want it? But as we reflect and celebrate, we also have to ask ourselves some of the hard questions and say, what are still the barriers that we are facing? And why are we still facing those barriers? And are we hiding behind, you know, patriarchy and cultural and religious kind of challenges that we keep expressing? Or is it that we're just afraid to change and do something different? Do something out of the norm, you know, be out of our comfort zone? Because it really requires a lot more than just policies and laws and legislation to transform Africa and to really tap on the resources, the innovation, you know, that women bring to the table. Sonia Khan, thank you so much for also having us here as a partner, as UN Women. We really appreciate that because you did reach out to us. And we hope to continue to partner in this journey. It doesn't end here. And as you can see, this is the second year, you know, running on, and there will be many, many more years to come. And we really hope that as the years progress, we will also progress in our thinking and be inclusive and make sure that each and every one of us are counted for whatever it is that we're doing. I think transformation starts with us as individuals. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, a woman, a boy, or a girl. If you yourself are not convinced that inclusivity and inclusive growth is what it's all about, then it really doesn't matter what everybody else says. And as much as we want to do things as a collective, we also individually are independent, we're different, and we're diverse. And for that, we really have to take the ownership to say, what difference am I making in my space? Whether it is in my household, whether it's in my community, at my professional space, or as a larger, you know, part of the larger society. So I really hope as a take home, if nothing else, we will be inspired to take that step and make a difference. And recollect all the time, what is the difference that I make on a daily basis? Not once a year when we come to this conference or you know, other platforms, but how am I living my life to make a difference? And I think that's what this conference is also calling for. We have individual responsibility as much as we have collective responsibility. And as UN Women, for us, you know, issues of gender equality and women's empowerment are at our heart. We believe that women are at the heart of development, as Christine always says. But it is us who have to make that reality. And if we don't believe in that and we don't walk that talk, then it will be very difficult to transform. Now, let me just go to my protocol. I have a little bit of a written speech, and I want to read a little bit on that, and really to talk a little bit about UN Women, but also the marketplace. Now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, over the years, UN Women has reiterated that empowering women and promoting inclusiveness is not only the right thing to do, but it also makes good business sense, and it promotes sustainable development. We have different partnerships. We work with the government, we work with civil society organizations, the academia, private sector, and all of these partners to remove all forms of discrimination against women and to also promote inclusive social and economic development. Specifically, UN Women is working on various initiatives towards enhancing women's participation in politics and leadership, but also advancing women's economic empowerment. enhancing women's peace and security, ending violence against women, and promoting gender-responsive national planning and budgeting. More and more, we are also facilitating and engaging in forums that bring together men and women alike to discuss issues that affect us all and find context-specific solutions, and especially highlighting the important role of men as change agents for gender inequality and women's empowerment. And I think there was a segment, I believe yesterday, about men's role in promoting gender equality, but also transforming Africa. Now, to this effect, UN Women also holds annual share fairs on diverse themes, which serve as an inspiration for sharing knowledge and experience, establishing partnerships and developing solutions to stimulate interest and collaborative efforts in women's empowerment and gender discourse. Later this year, we shall be holding another share fair, and this time it's going to be on gender and resilience. This is to seek women's engagements and participation in the environment while offering practices that cushion them from environmental shocks. And again, these share fairs are really innovative and practical, because what we want to do is transfer knowledge across the continent. And we provide a platform for people to really share their experience and their expertise across Africa. We also have what we call ACTIL, which is the African Center for Transformative and Inclusive Leadership. This is housed in Kenyatta University. And the vision is to develop leaders to drive Africa's equitable development and transformation. This is driven by its citizens, men and women alike, for the benefit of all. Since its establishment, ACTIL, in collaboration with its partners, has continued to promote innovation and social transformation, empowering male and female decision makers to promote policies that are inclusive, equitable, while accelerating growth and development. ACTIL believes that building capacities on transformative leadership is the game changer for sustainable development in Africa. And again, this goes hand in hand also with the issues that were discussed here over the last 2 days in terms of Africa and its leadership. Now, moving on to the marketplace, some things have already been stated, basically, but just to reiterate that UN Women did collaborate with Timeless to offer a solution to networking and collaboration for greatness, knowledge sharing, and information accessibility. The session on the marketplace showcases innovations by diverse organizations demonstrating good practice in operationalizing normative framework on women's socio-economic empowerment. The initiatives are cutting-edge examples of interventions or programs that could be replicated elsewhere and scaled up for impact to increase socio-economic impact on women and girls in Africa. They demonstrate evidence on how organizations have contributed to improving women's social and economic empowerment in Africa. The main purpose of the marketplace is to create a culture of innovative business models and initiatives that guarantee wealth and job creation. And I think this is important to stress. It is about moving from livelihoods to wealth creation. We don't want to always be stuck selling tomatoes on the ground. We also want to be able to be wealthy and enjoy the economy. So that's where we want the women to rise to, if they're not already there. At the marketplace, each organization is expected to present only one best practice or innovation, but they're encouraged to share various knowledge products that they have produced through their booths at the marketplace. We have this booklet that I just want to bring to your attention. I think all of you have it in your folders. All the innovations that are being exhibited are in this booklet, so you'll be able to follow it through here as well. But each one of them will also be given the time and space to explain exactly what it is that they're doing. The innovations showcase were assessed on the basis of their innovativeness and replicability, results and socioeconomic development impacts, tested and working methodologies, and sustainability. This was done by the Marketplace Screening Committee formed by UN Women in collaboration with Timeless. Of course, we need to acknowledge all of those who submitted their innovations and then were later screened. So these are now the 11 or so who have gone through the screening and have made it this far. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is our hope that at the end of the Marketplace segment, all participants at the conference shall have the following. They should have evidence on how organizations work on women's economic empowerment to contribute to improving women's social and economic empowerment in Africa. They should also have examples of agencies' sector-specific interventions and their impact on women's lives in Africa. And lastly, information on innovative and cutting-edge examples of interventions or programs that could be replicated elsewhere and scaled up for impact, not only in Africa, but beyond. It is our hope that the documented initiatives are replicated to increase and expand impact on women's lives in our countries and communities. At its core, the Marketplace functions through gallery dialogue, knowledge mapping and sharing, and production of knowledge products exhibiting selected initiatives on women's socio-economic empowerment. The Marketplace also offers a sustainable solution to South-South cooperation, besides offering a platform for regional linkages. Once again, I also want to reiterate and thank Timeless for hosting us on such an important event, and also for giving us the space and the platform to be able to showcase all these wonderful, wonderful innovations. Thank you so, so much for that. And with that, I think I just want to say that I'm officially declaring the Marketplace open. And please participate, participate, participate. This is for us, for all of us. And let us take something out of this. Let us take something home with us. Let us be creative and be inspired to do similar initiatives. I think from our side as UN Women, McKenna and Jack will be explaining to us the process in terms of how we go about viewing these amazing displays, and then will also lead us in that process. Thank you very much for your attention. Asanteni sana.
What you really want to do is just walk out of this room and see those exhibitions, see that innovative work that our colleagues are doing. And so I don't want to say very much, except to tell you what the process is, together with my colleague here from UN Women, McKenna. And so very quickly to say that there are those who are exhibiting their innovations, the work that they're doing to transform communities across this region and the continent. McKenna will share with us the names of those various exhibitors. We also have a panel of judges who, like us, will go around looking at the various exhibitions from a particular perspective. Maybe before I continue, I should remind you that my name is Karemi Kinoti. Sorry, I thought we'd been together for 3 days, so you have known me already, but protocol observed there. So Karemi Kinoti with Christian Aid, but also very much part of Timeless Women of Wonder. So to go back to the judges, we have a panel of judges whom I will introduce, and they will slip out before us, just so that they have some time to get together and decide how they're going to go around the exhibitions. What are they looking for? I think Zabib has shared exactly what we're looking for, but just to reiterate, social economic impact, innovation, replicability, and sustainability. So those are the criteria. And how are they going to judge? From a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being good, 2 being fairly good, 3 being quite good, 4 being very good, and 5 being excellent. Now let me introduce our judges for today. I will begin with Kent Libiso from Freelance Pictures. We have Joel Molel from UN Women. We have Corazon Achieng from Timeless Women of Wonder. We have Francis Onditi from UN Women. We have Jack Abebe from UN Women. We have Jafet Ondiek from UN Women. And last but not least, Martha Wanjala from UN Women. So quite a strong panel of judges from UN Women. But let us also see that it is in collaboration with Timeless Women. Before I mention what we will do when we get to the gallery, let me introduce McKenna, to just share again what are the names of those whom we are going to see at the gallery, what is it that we should be looking out for, and then we will proceed from there.
Thank you, Madam Karimi. My name is McKenna Matthew. I work for UN Women. We all believe that gender is our agenda at UN Women. Allow me to introduce to you the 12 organizations, in the words of Nyakan Munyeki, the CEO of Timeless and Dynamic Services Limited, that these organizations have optimized what they have. They have taken what they love, and with passion for what they do, they are using it to continuously transform the world. Don't appreciate them now, I will tell you when. National Environmental Trust Fund Kenya, The Hive Limited, Christian Aid Malawi, Trademark East Africa, Small and Medium Entrepreneurial Resource Center, SME, Christian Aid Kenya, Kenya Promotions and Marketing Company, KPMC, Etiquette Excellence Company Limited, Botanic Treasures Limited, Green Energy Africa, Timeless Women of Wonder Foundation, and my own employer, UN Women, Eastern and Southern Africa Regional Office. Appreciate them now, please.
Shosho you're seeing here makes wonderful scarves over here. Yeah? So there, yes, and this Tiondoro, yeah? And these people are very, very industrious. So what we are doing is we are adding onto their plates more things for them to do. Okay? As we are speaking now, as we are talking, they've actually already formed companies. We're in the process of registration. So that is the next phase. They are taking the step, going out there with registered companies. You just call them direct, you do business.
It's very simple.
What kind of information?
Both training, what is required, what do I use to cross the border, but also information about the commodity. So I'm moving maize, what is required with maize, what's the standard, how do I, what are the taxes, the regime around the commodity. So we try to give that information so before you get to the border, you know. Because we know that many women get to the border, either they're sent back or they end up using informal routes. If this is an income generating opportunity that can work for all of Malawi. So I'd say don't be scared. Allow the men to come in, because then if you say no, now that they have realized there's money, let's keep the men out, then you introduce competition. Then they start to do things to hurt the progress you're making with women. Yeah?
But now it's available for me in the supermarkets. Apparently it's quick. It gets ready faster.
What you want to do, we give you trainings for the packages that you want. We have trainings on business management skills, on resources, how to manage your funds. It's under the Kilimo Biashara, the business SME. Yes. Now you see there's a package. It's called the SME business, small, medium entrepreneurs. We also deal with business startups. So we encourage people, and we also welcome anyone who is able to do a business and maybe you don't have the funds for it. We in partnership with financial institutions, we can easily help you to get access to the loans. Yes.
Thank you.
Practically, you're just talking about the loans. No, nothing about the equity investment.
Thank you, all the best.
Career with Sada. Thank you. Sorry?
Nothing.
Yeah, they've talked to me about research, so the first step is to try and investigate, what the hindrance, what the value chain problems are. Why are farmers not engaging? Why do they receive seeds and they don't plant? In Embu, they received about 2 tons of seeds, but the output has been very low. So what is the problem? Why are they not engaging? They're not engaging because they don't know exactly who they will sell to and at what price. So we come in with a contract and a program that supports them not only with the seeds, with the agronomy, with the storage, with the aggregation facilities, with the training for the community workers, and that way we create some sort of sustainability.
And do you separate the programs, the dairy and the...
You will usually find that the people who grow sorghum sometimes can't keep cows.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Why is that?
because it's highlands and lowlands.
How do you sustain this business so that other people can also have the same business doing it in other places as well?
See,
which method do you use to ensure that in other countries?
The method we use is basically this way, that we continue supplying these modern technologies to the clientele that we have as a base. Of course we do. Once we supply, they are able to produce the honey the way you are seeing, and other bee products like this one. This is royal jelly. They are able to produce propolis. Yeah, all the products from the bees, the propolis, they are able to produce the pollen. All these are products that we use.
Do you organize like a skill transfer kind of?
It is our strength, and we visit them in the field on every time and harvest with them. So training is part of the compact part which we give. Actually, we provide a kit, a beekeeper starter kit. Comes with 10 carbines, it comes with a sieve, it comes with 2 bee suits, it comes with a honey extractor, it comes with even a smoker. And
this one looks like it's a locally made?
No, it is there.
Oh,
it is there.
One,
it's there. So, and then we have the training, which is really the paramount thing. We not provide you this kit if you are not coming for the training. And then we follow you up in the field, because training, you can skip some details to make you do it together with us.
I liked the story. I liked the story you mentioned about the traditional way of harvesting honey that was not comfortable to other gender. And interesting. Have you documented that? That kind I would encourage you to do it. I have your card.
We've done it, and we don't mind doing it better.
You look at it in the flip side. Now that this is what you are introduced, this is actually your niche. That's your niche.
Yes.
Because what used to happen is like the environment is not very conducive to the other part of this gender. Now that you are doing it this way, it's making women even to participate more, because you have created the environment to be more safe,
more good for them,
more secure, and more comfortable for the women.
Exactly.
Just to see what people are doing out there, and to know that there's a hope in Africa, and that Africans are actually raising up to take up the marketplace. I mean, the time of Africa is now, and it's high time we as Africans took out our positions and ran away with it.
The extent of innovation, value addition, employment creation, and women empowerment is what is exhibited in this stance here. We're seeing nice new products which need to be marketed, and primarily many of them are undertaken by women groups. So obviously the biggest beneficiaries from this innovation are women, and their income is increased.
This product has light. You can regulate its consumption depending on, maybe you have not charged it, it's been raining. You can regulate it. At the same time, you can use electricity, and you can use the solar panel, and you can also charge your phone using a USB port. So it's an all-in-one. And we currently have 6 shops in Kajiado. We have 8 shops in Makueni, which are owned by women groups. And the profit...
By women groups, not particular ones?
No.
No men?
No men.
We don't have a bigger market. We just sell to the locals. And as a result of that, most of them own shops now. Like the lady standing here, she's actually the only one who made this. But she's the leader of one of their groups, one of the mother-to-mother groups. And as a result of this, now women in Maasai, in Transmara, they own something. Some of them have plots through selling this.
And the body language is that it's the little bit that was missing in her life. Now Rita today is the managing director of General Motors. She shared the experience with us, shared what kind of soft skills she needed to work on, basic eye contact, basic how she walks, how she speaks, making her look more confident, bringing out the intelligence that she's got in her, things that we don't do. We all study, we all go to school, we learn so much, we have the technical know-how, but we don't have the advantage of a finishing school. The Western world have a finishing school. What do they do in a finishing school? It is soft skill enhancement, helping you look the part, helping you look presentable, helping you stand out in a crowd. So in Africa now, that's what we are doing with the etiquette skills development, just to help out the women business people, women entrepreneurs, the corporate people, really climb up the ladder. It's really economically empowering these people to be better at what they do, opening doors just by what they have, but doing it differently, looking the part, dressing well, which is why we have here a demonstration of well-dressed women. Yeah, I was just sharing with her about you go for a business meal. How do you know which fork to use, which knife to use, which glass to use for water, which one to use for red wine or white wine? How do you hold it? What do you order for? What don't you order for? Nobody teaches us these things. You learn the hard way, but you can miss out on an opportunity. It's not just a nice thing to do. You can miss out on an opportunity that would actually have opened doors for you. So it is creating knowledge on areas that ideally nobody teaches us to do.
Hii inaitwa mistera na ni ya kuongua mahindi. Unaona? Unafanya hivi. Mahindi ikifika mwisho unapindua. Unaona? Mahindi inaweza kuongua kwa 600 kwa siku moja. Na uzuri yake ni ati haifuji msogoro. Unaona? Msogoro haifujiki. Mahindi yenyewe safi, haifujiki, haina crack, mahindi haina makreki. Kwa hivyo hata wakati unaweka mahindi yako dawa, unahakika hautakula dawa, haitaingia ndani ya mahindi. Unaona?
my this. In fact, I used to have it. You're sitting together. Ah, okay.